Today it's apples for pie filling with our water bath canner. You will need a water bath canner. This includes either a stovetop water bath canner or the electric canner. The electric water bath canner sits on the countertop, and it's easy to fill with a kitchen faucet. It holds up to 7 quarts or 8-pint jars at one time. The drain spout lets you drain your water directly into the kitchen sink so you aren't lifting anything heavy. There is a rack that fits on the bottom and a steaming and diffuser rack that fits on top of the jars to keep them in place. The canner has a max line for filling and a glass top. You'll need the following: a stock pot, 1 large bowl, a strainer, measuring cups and spoons, a paring knife, a whisk, a rubber spatula or scraper, quart-sized canning jars with lids and rings, a ladle, a funnel, bubble freer, a headspace measurer, and a jar lifter. For the apple pie filling, you will need 3.5 cups of blanched sliced fresh apples, 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons granulated sugar, 1/4 cup clear gel, 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/8 teaspoon nutmeg, 3/4 cup apple juice, 1/2 cup water, and 2 tablespoons of bottled lemon juice. While the water is heating, wash your hands and your produce. We have peeled and cored and sliced our apples into 1/2 inch pieces. You can use a paring knife or an apple peeler and corer for larger amounts. You're going to need between 5 and 8 large apples for 1 quart of pie filling. Submerge your apples after they're sliced in an anti-browning solution. Then you're going to strain the apples. You're going to blanch the apples in a stock pot. You can blanch 6 to 7 cups at a time in 1 gallon of boiling water. Our recipe is going to use 3.5 cups of blanched apples. Boil each batch 1 minute after the water returns to a boil. Drain and keep the heated fruit in a covered bowl or a pot until they're ready to add to the pie filling. Now we're ready to make the pie filling. You're going to start by adding your water and apple juice to the stock pot. Combine the granulated sugar, clear gel, cinnamon, and nutmeg to the stock pot with the water and the apple juice. Make sure to stir and cook this on medium-high heat until it thickens and begins to bubble. Add the lemon juice and stir it till it boils about 1 minute. Next, fold in your blanched apples, and then you're going to fill the jars with this hot mixture. To do that, you'll want to remove the jar from your canner with your jar lifter. Be very careful, they're very hot, and remember that hot liquid goes into hot jars. You're going to use your funnel and ladle and your bubble freer. You're going to want to fill the jar and remove any bubbles. Use the headspace tool to measure and leave a generous 1-inch headspace. Wipe the rims with vinegar. Use a clean wipe each time to remove any pie filling. Remember, these jars are very hot. Place the lid and then the ring on the jar and give it a 1-tug snug. Place the jars in the canner and make sure the jars are covered with 1 to 2 inches of water. Bring the canner to a full boil. You're going to process the pie filling for 25 minutes. After 25 minutes of processing, turn off the canner and wait 5 minutes to remove the jars. Use the jar lifter to remove the jars and place them on a towel and leave space between the jars. Let them sit undisturbed to cool for 12 to 24 hours, and then you're going to label your jars and put them up to enjoy.